Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, let's keep up the analysis of the euro currency. So yesterday the CPI report has become the catalyst of the upward action because numbers were really low, even though Donald Trump has tweeted once again their demand to cut the rate from the Fed. So he said that the CPI number is just excellent. So this actually resulted in the ability of the euro to keep the Polish context intact, although it was near the possible failure and possible downward action, but the intruding of the external CPI numbers was able to hold it, this short-term upside tendency, and push price higher. At the same time, in the current moment, I have to remind you about monthly oversold. That stands around 1550 area. It means that existence of the 117 target of this butterfly is a great stuff, but at least in this week, or maybe until even the end of the June, barely we could pretend on any significant upward action. The one thing that I would probably focus on is a grabbing of the stops around the top, so challenging the top, flirting around it, forming the Russian rings, and completion of some intraday targets that we have in this area. So that probably might be the most common thing in the nearest few sessions. So on the 4 time frame chart, if you take a look at it, that's actually the reason why I think so. We already talked about this ABCD pattern in our vehicle report. And if you recall what we said, take a look. It's interesting that OP stands slightly below the top, which is 1570. And that actually means that this target could be reached because it doesn't contradict to monthly overbought area. So market could complete approximately 1560 target, and I suppose that it will make the actually attempt to grab the stops around this area. So this area probably will be wash and rinsed once market start floating. It means that 1570, maybe 116 area potentially might be reached. So market could float around depending on how many stops stand right now here above this area. But hardly will get any further continuation. That's our target. I'm speaking about the target. Now about what we could do to possess ourselves for this possible action. By looking at the hourly chart, you could see that right in the moment of the CPI report, you could see that 1450 area has been broken. We mentioned this area as a vital and critical point for the short-term bearish context. Indeed, because this was the right arm top for his potential hand shoulders pattern, and once it has been broken, it means that at this point context turns bullish. I don't know whether you were able to take the position or not. It's not really a big problem here. As you can see on this recent upward action market has completed local XOP target. So this minor ABCD has been done. Here's the XOP. So if you still would like to take the position here, we could keep an eye on the possible retracement. So for instance, if we will get pullback to the 1490, 1470, these two levels, we should not get any deep retracement because this action right here, it's already continuation to the target from the COP that has been reached here. This minor COP, if you remember, we talked about this. So this is already a continuation of this one and that one. Major retracement after COP already has happened here. So that's an extension mode. That's why market could show retracement inside of the small stressing swing, but it should not overcome it. It should not show retracement below the 114 area when it stands just a few pips below the OP. That's why here we're considering only the most stressing swing for levels, and that to levels that we need to keep an eye on. Stop also will be able to place relatively close we should not, that we do not need it to hide somewhere below the C point or even below the A. It will be somewhere below the confluence maybe. So that in words what we have currently on euro currency. On the cross-market analysis, approximately stands the same picture. So if you take a look at the 10-year bonds, you can see recently, after the CPI report has been released, market immediately has formed bearish reversal session on the 10-year bonds. It means that market has good chances to keep going lower, so yield might drop even more. This area stands around 4.3, so maybe market will reach the 4.3 area. We will see. But that's the signs of the bearish continuation activity. On the dollar index, also take a look, it's very interesting stuff. Market is breaking the 100 level and moving lower. Here was even minor gap down opening. And here we also have the same butterfly as on the euro currency. It has here 96, 97 target, on the euro currency 117. The one important difference compared to euro currency is the ABCD pattern that we have on the follow time frame chart. So if you will take a look here at this ABCD, you will see that the target of this ABCD compared to euro stands below the previous bottom. So if on the euro currency it stands inside and before the extreme point, on the dollar index it stands below. So if market will challenge the lows and trying to complete the OP, the dollar will probably move significantly lower. And that also indirectly, well, support or just stands in favor of the possible performance on the euro currency to the upside. So for now, since short-term bearish context already is over, it has been erased with this action. Now we keep going with this overall tendency that we have on the daily chart, but we limit our upside potential in an area around at least 15, 60, 70, with the potential extension to maybe 116 depending on the amount of the stops. So that's what we're staying focused on. If we get pullback to one of these levels, we consider it for a possible taking the position here. That's all that we have currently on the euro.